Hello everybody, welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be going over the non-liquidating and liquidating Sears and Kmart stores as of Monday, May 12th of 2025. That's when this map was last updated. So with the closure of the Kmart store at the Sunny Isle Shopping Center in St. Croix, United States Virgin Islands, that will be occurring on Friday, August 8th of 2025, we are now down to 4 Kmart stores and 8 Sears and Roebuck stores. Combine both numbers together and you get approximately 12, count them, 12 non-liquidating Sears and Kmart stores. So let's go over the list of the non-liquidating and liquidating Sears and Kmart stores. So Kmart 4, Sears 8, total 12. We're really getting down to the last 12. It's crazy. Okay, so first we have Kmart Continental Mainland, United States. We have the Kmart store at the Kendall Lakes Plaza Shopping Center in Kendall Lakes, Miami, Florida. Kmart off mainland continental United States, only 3 now, given the closing of the Sunny Isle Shopping Center in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and that's now St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands no longer has any Kmart discount department stores, and the Little Caesars is expected to shut down in that store as well. So, we have the freestanding Kmart store in Kmart Guam, the Kmart store at the Tutu Park Mall in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands, and the Kmart store at the Lockhart Garden Shopping Center in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. Then we get to Sears. Then we have the Sears store at the Burbank Town Center in Burbank, California, the Sears store at the Sun Valley Shopping Center in Concord, California, the Sears store at the Whitwood Town Center in Whittier, California, the freestanding Sears store in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida, the Sears store at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida, and the Sears store at the Southshore Plaza in Braintree, Massachusetts, and the Sears store at the Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso, Texas, and finally the Sears store at Plaza Las Americas Mall in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And then liquidating store closing Friday, August 8th of 2025, or Sunday, August 10th of 2025. It's the Kmart store at the Sunny Isle Shopping Center in St. Croix, United States, Virgin Islands. So, now that that's so weird not starting at that store, so we're going to start out in the state of California. The only Sears store left in the greater Bay Area of California, it's the Sears store at the Sun Valley Shopping Center in Concord, California. This is the very last Sears full-line department store within the greater Bay Area of California. That's Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland. This is the very last one. And again, it's located at the Sun Valley Shopping Center in Concord, California. Then we go down the West Coast, Pacific Coast region of the United States, and the next Sears store that we're going to hit, it's the Sears store at the Burbank Town Center in Burbank, California. I have no idea why they reopened this store. Honestly, I'm really hoping that they end up closing the store. I know this store is going to have a second liquidation. How ironic. I'm telling you, the Raymond Marquez guy is just... He is no good of an individual, let me just say that. And he can't be cute on LinkedIn with his whole posts, and I've seen them. It's like pathetic. But anyways, for the sake of this video, this store is still open. It's the Sears store at the Burbank Town Center in Burbank, California. Then we get to our next Sears in the greater Los Angeles area. We have the Sears store freestanding at the Whitwood Town Center in Whittier, California. I can't believe this store is open along with Burbank. It's crazy that they're both still operating. It's at a freestanding shopping outdoor mall. I'm guessing at one point this was some sort of enclosed mall, or maybe not. I don't know. It's amazing that this store is still here in 2025 and it hasn't even announced any sort of closing. It's crazy. This store, and maybe this spot's not I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, it is the Sears store at the Whitwood Town Center in Whittier, California. And that's it for the west coast of the United States. Only 3 Sears stores on the west coast. That's crazy. Then we go down the Sunbelt region, and the next Sears store that we're going to hit, it's the Sears store at the Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso, Texas. This store has actually since downsized to 1 floor, so this store could be on its way out as well because Primark is supposed to be moving in. It's just north of the United States-Mexico border. I think the only reason this Sears store has seen some success is because of Sears Mexico, and that's not really saying a whole lot because now they've actually ended up subdividing the store. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up closing the store down the road, given the situation with the store already losing the second floor of this particular department store. So again, it's the Sears store at the Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso, Texas. So, oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I'm so sorry, guys. Kmart Guam. I can't believe I did this in reverse. So I apologize. I'm thinking, why are we starting here? Because Kmart Tuaming. Okay, so very quickly, we're going to take a quick 360. Apologize for that. So we have the Kmart store in Tuaming, Guam, which I completely forgot to do. Independently owned pharmacy, and there is a Little Caesars Pizza inside the Kmart discount department store. And again, it's the Kmart store in Tuaming, Guam, just north of the Antonio B. Juan International Airport. And again, it's the Kmart store in Tuaming, Guam. Okay, and getting back to Texas really quickly. Let me go here real quick and go over this store because we've already went over that store. So again, it's the Sears store at the Cielo Vista Mall in El Paso, Texas. And this store is obviously safe for now, just south of the El Paso International Airport. I don't know what's going to happen with this store in particular. There could be another buyer down the road for the rest of the spot, and once that does happen, a full-scale liquidation is definitely in store for this Sears store. And actually, this is the very last Transform Co. owned Sears within the state of Texas. This is the very last one. And once it closes, there will be no more presence of Transform Co. at all, operating as either Sears or Kmart within the Lone Star state of Texas. So now we're going to go down here and then make our way up the East Coast. So obviously the St. Croix U.S. Virgin Islands no longer has any Kmart stores, so now we are just focusing on St. Thomas. So the first Kmart that we're going to hit, it's the Kmart store at the Lockhart Garden Shopping Center in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. This is the very last two-level Kmart in the entire Kmart fleet of stores. And yeah, it's the one of two remaining ones Kmart's left on the U.S. Virgin Islands, and it's the only place where you could see two Kmart stores within the same day. So then we go east on the St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, a couple of miles. The next Kmart store that we're going to hit, it's the Kmart store at the Tutu Park Mall in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. This is the last remaining Kmart to have all the original Kmart services. The only place on the planet of Earth where you have a Kmart pharmacy that is not in Australia. And in addition to a Kmart pharmacy, this Kmart discount department store at the Tutu Park Mall also has a Little Caesars Pizza inside the Kmart discount department store. And again, it's the Kmart store at the Tutu Park Mall in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. And unfortunately, it looks like there's supposed to be some Walmart development here down the road, but who knows what's going to happen with that. So anyways, then we get off to Puerto Rico, and then we get to our next store, and it is the Sears store at Plaza Las Americas Mall in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And this is the very last Sears store within the United States territory of Puerto Rico. So once this closes, there will be no more presence of Transform Co. operating within the United States territory of Puerto Rico. So again, oh, and by the way, the smaller Sears Brand Central store ended up closing in the mall. So this one could be on its way out to at some point. So again, it's the Sears store at Plaza Las Americas Mall in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay, and then we make our way up to the state of Florida. Then the next store that we're going to hit, it's the Kmart store, the very small Kmart store at the Kendall Lakes Plaza Shopping Center in Kendall Lakes, Miami, Florida. Reduced to the old Garden Center space, redone in March of 2023. Rest of the building became at home. There's apparently a rumor that they bought out the rest of the building. If that's true, that would be the end of Kmart in the state of Florida. And again, for now and for the sake of this video, it's the Kmart store at the Kendall Lakes Plaza Shopping Center in Kendall Lakes, Miami, Florida. Okay, and then we get to Sears, and this is the Sears freestanding store, the only freestanding operating Sears store left within the United States of America that has never been connected to a mall. It is the Sears store in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. This store is also seeing some maintenance building issues. Wouldn't surprise me, and there's already talk that they want to put apartments here, so it wouldn't surprise me that they're looking to close the store at some point. But for the sake of this video, it is the Sears store in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. Okay, and the next store that we're going to hit, it's the Sears store at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. This is a very weird situation that's going on. So the whole second floor is open, but the first floor isn't. It's closed off. I don't even know why Sears is even doing this. They're really just wasting their time. It's really sad of what this store's become. They've actually ended up, someone actually bought out the first floor, so they have to do something with the second floor. But I don't think this store is going to survive, and I personally think that this Sears store's days are just sadly numbered. So again, it's the Sears store at the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. All right, and then we get to our very last Transform Co. owned property in the United States of America that's operating as a Sears or a Kmart. We have the Sears store at the Southshore Plaza in Braintree, Massachusetts. This is the very last Transform Co. property within the New England region of the United States. Additionally, the very last Sears store within the Northeast region of the United States. And yes, so that is pretty much it. So, all right, guys, so that is the non-liquidating and liquidating Sears and Kmart stores as of Monday, May 12th, 2025. I want to sincerely apologize for this video being delayed. Stuff came up, and now this video is going up with a bunch of other videos as of today. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Link to both the list as well as the map will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that will be it.